Hey everybody, I've got two 121B games for you today. First one's here on Lakeville. Got pretty good matchup here. There's only 5 tier 10s on each team, 3 of them are us. So hopefully we can get some good damage here. We're not really trying for the marks or anything, but just playing this tank a lot. It's kind of a cool hybrid between like a Russian medium and like a 390 gun. I don't really know how better to put it. But it's kind of cool in that it's one of the only 390 guns that has pretty good turret armor. Like, you could argue the Centurion and the STB have decent turret armor, but I feel like they're too unreliable to be called good. Making an early play here in the middle. We got a lot of people going to the city. Maybe support us if anything rushes mid. We're gonna take this bush. I think this bush location is better than the rock for spotting because you can get spots earlier than you could if you were just spotting from the rock. So we pick up some spots on the 111. I think the Bulldog was also spotting him. And interestingly, there's a VK here in the middle pushing for some reason. I noticed the E75, and this is why I like this spot. I got the light on the E75, not this Bulldog. So I'm going to get pretty much full spotting from him. E goes down. E100's going to take a hit here in a minute, plus from me. Really good gun handling on this tank. Part of the reason I like it so much. Really getting into the groove. And I decide that now is pretty much the time to bug out. Turns out I could have actually stayed a little longer because Alova's going to cross in a minute. And those things are super fun to farm. VK, I believe, is, yeah, he's taking a ton of damage. I have no idea why he's going there. It's an interesting play. 10-10. We're going to go into the city now, and hopefully we can get some damage onto those heavy tanks as they get there. I'm going to try and take a shot at this Lova. I see him out of render, but I think I didn't lead it enough. Not that I really would have known. I'm gonna also try and get a shot on this VK. He's in the pretty much like the worst spot he could be in. Again, no clue why he went there, but I mean, if he's gonna get 1200 spotting damage on this pattern, then, well, YOLO, I guess. Double is in the city and is 907, and Lugnuts is just here. I think he's reloading. So we're gonna try and make a play in the city. The E100 could be behind the 111. Yep, there he is. So we gotta be careful for him, rather. That's kind of the issue with having so many TDs. It's like, once you push a flank, you're the only people there, because the TDs are never going to move out of base, man. I decide to try and spot stuff here, and I see the E3. I believe Lugnuts is either reloading or just right behind me. I can't pen that, so I don't even take the shot, but I get some decent spotting, and I find the E50 as well. I do get spotted for this, though, so I gotta be careful not to push my luck here, but I figure I can take maybe one more shot. The DPM on this tank is really, really bad, but the accuracy is really nice. It's just, I hit a rock in that last shot. Like the one rock that was there, of course I hit it. Got some really good spotting damage now, though. That's something I should make a point of. I think it's worth it to put optics on every tier 10, like even the heavies and stuff. There's some tanks that I think you could run vents on, like STB and the Patton, just to maximize the gun depression. Not the gun depression, the DPM and the gun handling. This tank has really good gun handling, though. The DPM's pretty trash, and it's not going to get a whole lot better any way you equip it. So I figure that optics are a pretty good choice on this thing, as with a lot of tanks. I actually don't get that shot on the Lova. I believe that was double getting a pretty high roll there. I didn't hit that guy, but I did hit the 111. And I'm trying to snipe his cupola. This isn't really going to work. Somehow, I actually hit it, but I bounced for some reason. So, I decide that after the next couple shots, I'll probably have to load heat because the C100 is going to be in a bad position. No clue how that bounced. I have no idea. If you know, let me know friggin' how that shot bounced, because, again, I've got no clue, man. So I'm going to track the C100. I know I'm not going to get damage, but I figure if, you know, Lugnuts was in a position that he could shoot him for the rest of my team, then that would be worth it. I could shoot the T30 right now, but it's, you know, why not just shoot the E100? Tier 10, I'll get more XP. It's a more important target. And this T30 is looking at me, but I realize I can kind of get a cheeky shot over this Rebel. And, yeah, I do get a pretty nice shot, and he almost hits me back, so I gotta make sure I back off. I decide now, since the city is pretty much cleared out, Lugnuts did a really great flank on the E100, that I can spot some of these boys that are in the middle, or see if they're still there. Gotta be careful, though, so I side scrape. Actually, it's a pretty poor side scrape, so I might as well have just pulled out normally. And that's one thing that's pretty cool about this map, is if you do win the city, nice kind of low roll, but snapshot on the E50M. The nice thing about if you win the city on this map is it just gives you, like, pretty good control. Like, they can't cap, so the Valley's useless, as if we didn't know that already. And this is just easy game, easy life right now. Just picking off some of these TDs. And this is, you'll see right now, why I really love the 121B gun. Pick up the grill, and now we're going to try and pick off this E3. And you can see he's just over-angled there. He gets tracked, I believe that was Lugnuts with the track shot. And you can make these shots. With this STB, and maybe even the Centurion, you probably wouldn't be able to hit these shots. Just comparing it to other 390 guns. Like, this gun is really, really responsive. And just to test it out, like, I knew I wasn't going to pen that, but do you see how much of that E3 I could hit? Pretty much none. Pretty much none, but I was still able to hit it because this gun is epic. And again, just, I mean, not fully aimed, easy game, easy life, and that's about it. So, I didn't get any blind damage. This was all the damage and spotting I got. I mean, I say all of it, but it was a pretty good game. 8.1k combined. It was a pretty good showcase of why I think this map is a bit broken. Also, why I think 121B is really good, and how important spotting is, because that E100 was like 700 HP down before he even got to the city. The E75, like, he was stock, but still, he was dead before he got to the city. Their VK was in a dumb position, but I mean, I guess I didn't spot him, so it's not a big deal. Just really powerful position going in the middle. Again, I think the bush is better than the rock if you want to go there. The one that's over here. But, yeah, anyway, that's the first game. I got the post-game stats coming, and then I got another game right after this, so I will see you on that. Alright, and here we are on our second game on Prok. This is probably my favorite map in the game when there's no arty, but unfortunately in this game, even though like we don't have that many tier 10s, we got 3 dicks on each team playing arty. So it makes it really hard playing the middle. They got only 1 scout though, which is pretty nice, and that's something I noticed at the beginning of the game. Like, true, you have 3 arty, which sucks, but if you have like more than 1 scout, it's absolute cancer to play this map, because you can't go unlit like anywhere. Unless you go to the a dumb spot on the hill or something. And I don't really like going hill on this map, pretty much in anything. I mean, you need somebody to go there. And, looks like Double's going there. This was a game from, I think 2 days ago? Tuesday or something like that. But, so, opening play, I try to go F6 all the time, and I get into some bushes. It's really good. You can spot, like, they're crossing over here. And so that's really nice. Sometimes get some early damage on stupid Japanese heavies or something like that. Only problem is, if you get spotted here, it's like really sketchy, because, you know, like if arty pre-aims, or if they got a TD in a dumb, retarded spot, then you could take some damage. So I turn myself around, and if I get spotted, I'm ready to bolt out of there. I don't see anything though, which is kind of strange. Typically you see, even some of the, like the Russian heavy or the Jap heavy, typically spot him out. But anyway, we spot a Centurion. It might have been the E50 that spotted him. I don't remember. But I completely miss him. Not a big deal. Kind of surprised arty misses him as well, because typically they hit shots like that. At least they do when I'm the one over there. So, Double's going to the hill. We got like a pretty lemming train going to the hill, it seems like. But like I said, you do need some people on the hill. It's I think the reason this map is good is because there's like a symbiosis between this position and the position over here on the hill. So right now I'm just taking some blind shots of where the arties typically go, at least one of them. Spoiler alert, none of these hit, of course. I'm just waiting for the day though, waiting for the day when I can blind shot an arty in that position. And this is kind of interesting, so I noticed nothing on their team is spotted, which is probably indicative of a lot of them camping. So if I can do this and do it quick, then I'll get away with it easy. And I do make it work on the Centurion. We got some guys spotting in the hill now. They got a crack wagon up there. So it's really dodgy shooting those things in the side of the turret because, I mean, like, unless you hit the back part of it, which is pretty small, then you're just not going to do damage. So YOLO, let's shoot the easy tanks, tier 8s. Who are definitely enjoying their +2 matchmaking right now. I got a T-32. I try and track him, but I think the shot goes a little like high into the to the right directions. And we're gonna shoot him again, even though the DPM on this thing's bad. You can still get some decent shots. This guy, I don't know if I... Okay, I do hit him. I just auto-aim because he was moving around, because I use server reticle, so it's kind of jittery. I actually had a guy, like, I made a video like 8 months ago or something, and my server reticle was particularly jumpy that day, and the dude was like, "Oh, you're an aimbot user, hacker noob." So, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. 07BR, I guess. So it's IS-3 on the hill, is the one that looks like he's getting most of the spots. This is the VK I shot earlier, so hopefully I can get another one on him. The crack wagon and the T-32 looks like they have fallen back, and there's the cranberry. So the Prius gets spotted in the back, and I'm going to try and get a shot on him, just because it's an opportunity target. Those guys on the hill aren't going anywhere. So let's put another shot in the VK. It goes a little bit to the right, and it hits his gun or something and bounces. This Prius is pretty much going to die anytime now, so let's farm some more on this VK. I don't know if it's this shot. Yeah, it's this shot. I get a really lucky shot on him. I did the same thing as last time, where I just aimed a little bit in front of him on accident, and it didn't happen. So that guy drives down the hill a little bit right before I shoot, so I don't get the shot. But actually, those shots kind of just work with this gun. The gun's really accurate, like I've been saying. Great handling and everything. So you can take those shots, and it works out quite often. Looking at this particular situation, though, it's nice and all to farm the hill and everything. Got 3k damage and everything, but this is not even close to being won. Interestingly, I'm the one that was spotting the cranwagon, and arty gets a nice hit into him. I mean, guy should have been unspotted. Come on now. Unfortunately, though, I believe the hill's taken some damage, either now or they were. Yeah, like doubles, basically a two-shot. This 132, little shit, it's in the bush. Yeah, that's what you get for firing when you're in a bush, passive scouting. And this is what I'm doing. Like, every time there's arty on this map, you just do the weirdest loops and stuff. It's an interesting bug. But, yeah, I spot a few guys in the middle here. I try and get another shot onto this VK. Score is 4-5, so we're starting to pull it back a little bit. And the thing about the 2-line, it's probably the worst part of this map. Like, if there's no arty, the next worst part of this map is probably just the 2-line being really campy. And the way I feel about it is you don't necessarily need to push the 2-line, you just need to keep them from pushing the 2-line. Just gonna go for a little active run here. Arty is telling me to spot the boys in the middle. So I do that, and somebody gets a shot onto him. I think the E50M was also spotting that kimchi pattern. We cleared the hill, but unfortunately a lot of people up there on our team have taken a lot of damage. And one thing I forgot to mention, you may have noticed it if you were astute, the Sturv is killing off the guys on the hill, and Double told me that he's back in here, which is why Double's backing off. He's gonna try and come up the rails kind of close to where I am, so we can get the guys that still might have some HP on the hill spotting. Again, just kind of doing some weird loops so I don't get arty'd here. I think the C50M, if he hasn't already, yeah, he hasn't already, but he's the one that's going to start taking the arty hits in a moment. This Patton's in a pretty good spot, but I don't get spotted, which is nice, but I am the one that spots him, so I just add up my assist damage there, get some nice snipes onto this Yag Tiger, and again, this is where this tank shines. It's a pretty good spotter and everything, but it really is surprisingly good at sniping. Get another shot into him, and somebody else will probably kill him. Yeah, there he goes. Again, I get a little spotting on him, it's great. Spotting damage is real easy to get. I wait for this guy to come up, and I put one into him. I actually get all the spotting on that, which, again, I'm kind of surprised at. And I think this is about when the E50M starts taking some arty hits, you know. Yeah, you can hear the track shot behind. I need to raise the game volume. Hold on a sec. Boom. Hopefully that makes it better. So yeah, this E50M, I think he just takes like 800 on a miss or something like that, and it tracks him, because, you know, already does more damage on a miss than a hit. I'm trying to spot this Tiger too, because our GW Tiger is asking me to. And I mean, yes, arty sucks and everything, but if you can work with them on your team, then, I mean, you're just exploiting the mechanics, so hey. YOLO, right? The Centurion on their team, Centurion 7-1, gets spotted under the hill. I don't think he's going to be much of a problem, though. The TVP looks like he's keeping him lit. I told this GW that he missed, and I wasn't trying to antagonize him. I just wanted him to know that, like, you know, you can tell your arties or your TDs or whatever that are sniping if they do end up hitting something, because if you get the spotting, then you'll know. If you got any spotting off of that, you know they hit. So I was just telling him. I wasn't trying to be a dick or anything. Game's going really well so far, though. Got closing in on 5k damage. I don't know how I got how I didn't get the assist on that. The little Sturv shitter is in the back. We get a nice shot into him and some spotting on the Tiger 2. I think I gotta say, Lovus and Tiger 2s are probably the most fun tanks in this game to just shoot around, shoot away. Cause yeah, look at that. Like I barely even aimed. I was unbelievable. +2, man. Just I don't understand at all. All jokes aside, like +2 matchmaking and artillery. If those two things went away, and we had no arty and +1 matchmaking, that would be like the dream, man. That would just be amazing. Because every game could be a game like this, where your skill and your competence with the map is just rewarded. So we're gonna get a shot on the Centurion. We spot the arty, and right around now I was thinking, wait a second, that guy's a one-shot. Did I hit him? But I don't think I did. Maybe somebody else took a blind shot, or if I wasn't paying attention and he got spotted. Got that dank 3 spotting damage on him, so I'm really becoming a unicum now. And we're not done yet. We're gonna just go up here and see if we can spot the Sturv in that low ground. It looks like a kind of stupid thing I'm doing right now, but there's a purpose, And I actually spot the arty. I'm gonna get a shot onto him. I just auto-aim, and you can see that this gun, unaimed, is not bad at all. It's really, really pretty good. I'm not sure if I'm the one that spotted the Sturv, but we don't have a whole lot of people that would get shots onto him, so not a big deal. Game's not... It's a win, but it's not... It's pretty close still. I'll just leave it at that. So I'll spot the Sturv here in this bush. I should get a shot into him before he gets into any sort of cover. Yep, there we go. 6.3k damage, 3k assistance, and I think somebody else shoots him around this time. Maybe the T-30, not sure. So I get a nice shot into him. I think he's trying to hide behind the arty or something. And yep, there we go. The Sturv gets taken out by the T-30, and we finish the game. Like I said, we didn't get any blind shots, so this is our final score down here. I really, really like that this feature's in the game and that it's available with the replays. This was before I got the first mark. I actually think this was the first mark game. But anyway, yeah, a great game, a great tank, great map. And notice that we didn't get arty'd this game, which is really, really nice, man. Like, every time I don't get arty'd in the game, I feel like I just instantly have at least a 10% better game. So yeah, there's that. Unfortunately, Double had a pretty bad game, but it's not because he really did anything particularly wrong or stupid. It's just for every good game that you have somebody has on this map, somebody else is a bad game. So it's just the way it goes with this map. I feel like if you go middle, it's the most rewarding map ever. You can really just rack up a lot of damage, as I did here. And yeah. So that's about it. I got the post-game stats right after this, and I will get those going.